Have you ever wondered how one woman could change the course of history? Imagine a time when women couldn't vote, when their voices were hushed. Amidst this emerged Emmeline Pankhurst, a beacon of change, a catalyst for women's rights. Her courage, her resilience, her unwavering belief in equality all played a pivotal role in shaping the world we live in today. So buckle up as we journey into the past to explore the life of this extraordinary woman. Today, we delve into the life of Emmeline Pankhurst, a force that propelled women's rights forward. Born on the 15th of July, 1858, in Manchester, England, Emmeline's journey was shaped early on. Her parents, Robert and Sophia Goulden, were politically active, with her mother's activism particularly resonating with her. Sophia was a fervent feminist who regularly attended suffrage meetings, exposing Emmeline to the movement from a young age. Emmeline's parents believed in the power of education. They ensured she received a good one, sending her to an all-girls school in Paris. There, she learned not just academics, but also the importance of equal rights and opportunities for women. This was a radical notion at a time when women were often restricted to the domestic sphere. Emmeline's early exposure to the suffrage movement was further intensified when she met and married Richard Pankhurst, a lawyer and supporter of women's rights. Richard's beliefs in equality echoed those of Emmeline's mother, reinforcing her own views. Together, they became a formidable force in the fight for women's suffrage. Growing up in an environment that encouraged free thought and championed women's rights, Emmeline was no stranger to the struggle for equality. She saw firsthand the barriers women faced, the societal norms that boxed them in, and the desperate need for change. These experiences ignited a spark in Emmeline, a spark that would later turn into a roaring flame of activism. As Emmeline grew, so did her passion for women's rights. But it wasn't until her marriage to Richard Pankhurst, a known supporter of women's rights, that her dedication truly took form. Richard was not just a husband, but a mentor, guiding Emmeline through the intricacies of the fight for gender equality. Their union was more than a marriage. It was a partnership in the truest sense. It was during these years that Emmeline's involvement in the Women's Franchise League began. The League was a beacon for progressive ideas, championing not just women's suffrage, but also divorce law reform and equal rights for women in the workplace. Emmeline's work with the League was instrumental, and her drive and determination were key to its successes. Then came a pivotal moment in Emmeline's life, the birth of her daughters. Christabel, Sylvia, and Adela, the future champions of the women's rights movement, were born. This personal milestone amplified Emmeline's resolve. She was no longer just fighting for her rights, but for the rights of her daughters and all women who would come after them. With each passing year, Emmeline's convictions strengthened. She became a force to be reckoned with, a voice for those unheard and a beacon of hope for women everywhere. Her husband's support, her involvement in the Women's Franchise League, and the birth of her daughters were catalysts, propelling her into the heart of the women's rights movement. Emmeline's life was a tapestry of experiences, each thread contributing to the woman she became. Her marriage was a thread of support, the Women's Franchise League was a thread of activism, and her daughters were threads of inspiration. Woven together, these threads formed the fabric of Emmeline Pankhurst, a woman whose impact on history cannot be overstated. These years were the building blocks of the formidable activist Emmeline would become. They shaped her, guided her, and ultimately propelled her into a league of her own, forever etching her name in the annals of history. In 1903, a new era dawned with the formation of the Women's Social and Political Union. This wasn't just another group. No, it was a movement, a force of nature, fueled by the passion of women who were tired of being silenced. Women who wanted more than what society was willing to offer them. Led by none other than Emmeline Pankhurst, the Women's Social and Political Union, or WSPU, was far from your average ladies' tea society. They had a clear goal: to secure the right to vote for women. But they weren't just about polite petitions and peaceful protests. The WSPU was ready to shake things up, using militant tactics to make their voices heard. Pankhurst believed that peaceful protests were not enough to bring about the change they sought. They needed more. They needed action, and action they brought. From chaining themselves to railings to smashing windows, the suffragettes, as they came to be known, were ready to do whatever it took to make their cause impossible to ignore. But these actions came at a price. Arrests were common, and Pankhurst herself was no stranger to the inside of a prison cell. Yet even behind bars, she refused to be silenced. Hunger strikes became a powerful tool in their arsenal, a physical manifestation of their determination, their willingness to suffer for their cause. Yet, it wasn't just about the fight. Pankhurst was a leader, a guiding light in the storm. She stood at the forefront, rallying her troops, inspiring them with her words and actions. She was not just a participant in this movement, she was the catalyst, the spark that ignited the flame. Through her leadership and the relentless efforts of the WSPU, the suffragettes became a symbol of the fight for women's rights. They became a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of determination and the strength of conviction. Emmeline Pankhurst was not just a participant in the fight for women's rights. She was at the forefront, leading the charge. She was the heart of the suffragettes, a testament to what can be achieved when women refuse to be silenced. Emmeline Pankhurst passed away on June 14, 1928, but her legacy lives on. This indomitable woman, whose life was a testament to tenacity and courage, left an indelible mark on history that continues to resonate today. Her most significant achievement was undoubtedly her instrumental role in the passage of the Representation of the People Act in 1918. This landmark legislation expanded suffrage in Britain, granting the vote to more than 8 million women over the age of 30. This was a monumental victory, a tangible sign of progress, a testament to the power of collective action, and a tribute to the relentless spirit of Emmeline Pankhurst and her fellow suffragettes. But the impact of Pankhurst's work extends far beyond the borders of Britain. Her struggle and success sparked a global movement, inspiring countless women around the world to stand up for their rights. Even today, her story serves as a powerful reminder of the strength of conviction and the potential of an individual to bring about profound societal change. In the years since her passing, Pankhurst's life and work have been commemorated in a multitude of ways. Statues and plaques have been erected in her honor, books have been written about her, and her speeches continue to be studied and admired. Her name has become synonymous with the fight for women's rights, and her legacy continues to inspire new generations of activists. Yet, perhaps the most profound testament to Pankhurst's enduring influence is the progress that has been made in the realm of women's rights. Today, women are leaders in all spheres of life, from politics to business, from academia to the arts. This progress, while not without its challenges, is a direct result of the path that Pankhurst and her fellow suffragettes bravely forged. Emmeline Pankhurst, a woman of courage and determination, forever changed the course of history and paved the way for women's rights we enjoy today. Her legacy is not just in the laws that were changed, but in the hearts and minds of those who continue to fight for equality.